all. This is Kevin T. Robertson, CEO of SpeakerFocus.com. Welcome to the weekly group Q&A call on the SpeakerFocus.com platform. I am here with the one and only Mr. Auston Troyer. On behalf of our team at Speaker Focus, we truly appreciate all the hard work and effort that you're putting in every single week. Keep the support tickets coming in. Let's go in. Let's start right away. Remember, if you have a question, utilize the raise hand feature and we'll get to you as soon as possible. Hope all of you had a fabulous 4th of July weekend. Mine was restful and productive all at the same time. Let's get to these questions. Anybody have questions? We want to dive right in and we want to get to you so we can have as much time for everybody that has a question. Let me see. Okay, we got a chat and a question chat already. Okay. Hey, hello, Norma. Hello. How are you today? Lisa is calling in from New Mexico. Good for you. Lisa gets a chance to travel all the time. She's in New Mexico. That's what's up. Your modules have had me on fire. I'm on module 5 and things are really gelling. Good. That's what we want to hear. Lisa hasn't been with the program that long. She probably hasn't been in the program a good 3 months now. She's hitting her stride, really on pace. Even with the busy schedule, it shows you what you can knock out and what you can do. She's getting to module 5, which is where we show you how to get all the money and manage your sales funnel effectively. And she's a great example of what happens when you ask a lot of questions, when you leave yourself open to grow, and you keep growing in your own way on the platform. Lisa, be safe and enjoy New Mexico for the next month. Wish I was there with you. Okay, now, let me see. Anybody that has any questions? Gonna get to it. Let me see if I got any other questions in the chat box. No questions in the chat box. Okay, Monia, you got a question? You're live with KTR. What's going on with you, boss?
Thank you, sir. How are you?
Hey, Monia, I'm doing super fantastic, man. How about yourself?
I'm good. Just happy 4th of July. And I think it's going to open up the opportunities for us. One, diving into the question is, from what you said, was the overall standing of my bio in the direction that you expect as a coach? That's my question.
Monia, rephrase your question, please. I didn't quite understand it.
I'm saying my bio, which I forwarded to you, which you said you have to write it in a third responsive manner. Was it basically in line with what you expect as a coach, or I need to add some more information on my bio? Or...
Okay, well, what I said was when we responded to the support ticket, I know what you're talking about. I gave you feedback on your bio. The content that you have in there, Monia, for your professional credentials, it was pretty strong, but you didn't write the bio in the third person. I have to keep reminding you about this. When Anita, I'll get to your question right after I finish with Monia. Thanks, Austin. So Monia, when you wrote your signature programs, you wrote it in the first person. Third person is writing it from the perspective of what it's going to do for everybody else. So I need you to go back and read the bio formula again, and then make sure that you resubmit the bio in the third person perspective. You don't want to write it, Monia knows how to do this, and I'm skilled at architectural this and this and engineering. You need to say, Monia is a leading authority in the field of engineering and leadership development. In 1988, Monia started his career, and you need to do it from that perspective. Do you understand?
Yes, I do get you.
Okay, so rephrase the question. Go back and read the examples. You answered the questions effectively. Now you actually converted them into paragraph format, which you did correctly, but you just didn't You just didn't reference it. You have to tell it from a different point of view. You can't, in other words, you have to seem like somebody else wrote your bio. That's the point of view that it needs to be written from. It doesn't need to say, I did this and I did that. No, Munya, you have to refer to yourself in the third person. You got it?
All right. Yes, sir.
Okay, but listen, you're doing it you hit some bumps early on, but you're doing an amazing job. I could tell you have more confidence in the way you write and the way you're following the instructions. Now listen, once you submit your second version of your bio, once we approve that, you need to just move on to module 2 and start working on your sales tools, okay?
Yes, sir.
Keep submitting a lot of support tickets. Munya, we're getting ready to get into a part of the curriculum that is a lot of fun. Designing your sales tools. It's a lot of hard work, but it's fun. Remember, just keep it simple and keep the support tickets coming. Support@speakerfocus.com. We appreciate you, boss.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, man. Love you. I'm with you all the way. You're doing great.
Thank you.
Okay. Let me see. Do we have Anita? Did Anita have her hand raised? Let me see. Okay, let me see. All right, Anita, let me get to Anita real quick. Anita says she had her hand raised. I didn't see it, but let me just go ahead and get to it. Anita, are you there?
Yes, how are you doing today?
Hey, Anita, I'm doing super fantastic. How about yourself?
I'm doing my best.
That's good.
You know, when I submitted my signature program, you know,
Yes.
I copied the example you had from the email when you first sent it to me.
Yes.
So when I submitted it the last time and you were showing me, because I was like, why am I, I know you told me to go back and look at the signature program. I'm going back looking at the one that I copied out of the email that you sent me. And when you finally showed me what you were talking about, that wasn't what I saw. So I was trying to find that. I mean, the example that you sent me in this last email, I needed that because I didn't, it was different from what I copied out of the first email after you interviewed me. So I think that's why I kept getting it wrong.
Okay, well, I don't know which one. I don't know which one you were copying it from, but that's the only version that I have, and that's the one I originally sent you, and that's the one that's inside of the template. But it's all good. We're here now, and you know, sometimes misunderstandings happen, but that's the reason why I rearranged it. See, now the way I send it back to you is the original way it's supposed to be done. All you have to do is whatever information you see in there on the template, take that out, put your information in there. Now you're only missing like you're missing your opening paragraphs, I believe. And
that's what I was going to ask. I was going to ask, so because see, with the other one, I was getting it wrong, but with this, so when I go back and do it again, I put a paragraph for each of my signature programs, correct?
Exactly. If you go back and look at if you go back and look at the template, remember, you have your mainstay headline. Then it gets right into the 4 titles to your signature programs. Then you have 3 bullets under each of the titles to your signature programs. That is also referred to as your speaker 1 sheet. It's also the speaker 1 sheet or the first page, your signature program page.
Right.
Then it starts breaking out each one of your signature programs individually with an opening paragraph. And then after this program, you will be able to with the 5 bullets. That's the reason why I do not like the students to take it out of order, because when you do that, all we're doing is working backwards, because once it's in order like that and you start working on your sales tools, you're going to do a copy and paste with all your signature programs on the first page to your speaker info kit. The bio comes on the second page to the speaker info kit. On the next 4 pages is a breakout of all your signature programs, starting with the opening paragraphs and the bullets. There's a reason why I'm having you do it this way. That's why I don't want you to take it out of order. That's why I send it back over to you like that, because I'm like, hold on, maybe she's not understanding that this is the order that it's supposed to be in, and it's supposed to be that way for a reason. You got it?
Yeah, that was the only reason why I was doing it like that, because when I would go back and look at it, I'm like, I don't see what, I couldn't understand. So I'm thinking I was to change up the wording or the verbiage. But then when you sent it back, I was like, oh, okay, it looks exactly like what you have in your video. So I was like, yeah, it makes more sense now. So
right,
I really
there you go.
appreciate it.
It's all good. It's all good. This is why I love it when, even though sometimes when it seems real simple, sometimes the student will get it wrong and turn it in. This is why we're here. Because, you know, we're going to go back and forth a couple times, Anita, and then you're going to be on the other side of your signature program. We already approved your bio. So now all you got to do is, hey, look, just tweak it. Now, the way it was written, I like the way it was written. Remember, you had an issue with you had a third person issue before as well with a couple of the way the bullets and the thing, but it's written beautifully. You clearly know what you're talking about. Now take that confidence and go in there and crush those other opening paragraphs and send it back over so we can get this thing approved and we can get you into module 2 and start working on your sales tools.
Okay, all right. And then also after that's approved, then I do the demo.
Exactly. Hey, look, remember the demo can be, you know, you could just be chilling with a t-shirt and some jeans on, sitting on the couch. I just need to know that you have command over your signature program. So once we approve your signature programs, please practice your ass off and make sure that you should be saying your signature programs out loud at least 3 to 5 times a day.
Okay.
And then watch this. You can just drop me a video of one of the signature programs just so I can say, okay, it flows. She knows what she's talking about. That's great. Just send me a sample video because in module 2, we're going to get into doing all your sales tools, which is a speaker video demo, which is a big part of your sales tools. Our students are turning in every week. I turn around. People are turning in better and better and better speaker video demos.
Okay. All right.
All you got to do is keep it simple. No problem.
All right.
Okay, Anita, take care. See you soon.
Okay.
All right. Okay, let's see. We're going to go right down the line. Lisa, and then I'll get to Norma after that. Lisa, you're live with KTR in Austin. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I have a couple, 3 questions here. When you were talking about when we pick a market and then a niche and then a sub niche and a micro niche, is a micro niche the same thing as a sub niche, or that's another one under the sub niche?
No, it's just basically a sub niche. Sometimes you have these niches within a niche. Let's say, for instance, we have tons of health and wellness and, you know, natural, you know, medicine professionals and fitness geniuses and bodybuilding champions. Like we have all, say they all are in the, let's say, wellness coaching space or fitness space. Right. And then some of them, they'll take a little bit deeper dive. See, the goal is to take a deep dive, not go wide. Wide means you're not a specialist, you're a generalist. And generalists make very little money. They always fall into the motivational, inspirational speaking category. So sometimes you will have, let's take me for instance. I'm a leadership speaker. But then the niche that I started focusing on was high profile, high net worth athletes, celebrities, entertainers, entrepreneurs. Then when I started coaching, I started just working with people who want to operate a speaker business. And then another niche that me and Austin dominate is working with consultants and coaches. So it's like a niche within a niche. I'm a speaker coach, but then there's a lot of people I work with that are specialists, because inside of every coach and consultant is always a speaker waiting to get out. And you don't necessarily have to be quote unquote run a consultancy to be a consultant. There's a lot of people that are consultants on their 9-to-5 job. They consult the company that pays them on an hourly basis what they're supposed to be doing with their level of skill. Okay.
All right. Thank you. And then so my second question is, I went back through the modules and all my notes because I narrowed it down to the faith-based market and also the association market. And I was trying to remember what you were saying about, you know, the niches and sub-niche. So basically where my skill set really is in the speaking is talking to people about thriving in the midst of change and thriving through adversity and uncertainty. And so that of course could speak to any market, but what I came up with, what I narrowed it down to was 2 things: the faith-based market, and that my niche would be the spiritual, but not necessarily religious focus. Not saying that I couldn't talk to Christian or Jewish or what have you, but my sub niche would be the thriving in the midst of change.
Got you.
And then I was stuck between that and the association market with the same niche, although the niche would be personal growth and development, but then the sub niche would be thriving in the midst of change and adversity. So I'm not sure. I'm just really stuck on those two. I don't know which, I decided to get your feedback on that.
Okay, so let's clarify it a little bit. So your target market is going to be faith-based and also the association market. Remember, the association market is like a la carte. It kind of goes along with all of the other markets.
Mm-hmm.
So inside of the faith-based market, you could we have tons of people in the faith-based market on our platform. Some of them are, watch this, they are relationship counselors in the faith-based market.
Okay.
So they can speak to, they want to speak at churches or church events, or the faith-based market is huge when it comes to all these events, these conferences. They have to get educated to run their church. Church is a business, and
Mm-hmm.
they all need an educational outlet. So some people can pick a niche of, you can have any kind of niche. You know how many different organizations it is inside of a church, especially a mega church. And this is why I always recommend to my students to focus on the faith-based market, because when you do, there are different departments inside. You have somebody that runs the youth ministry. You have somebody that runs the nutrition and the food ministry. There's all kinds of people. Somebody runs the writing ministry and the production and the TV and all of that kind of stuff. These all of them have a head of that department, and all of them have events. Now they can have an event at the church, or they could go do a retreat. They could do all kinds of stuff. You just want to talk to a key figurehead in there that's going to need what it is that you offer. Okay. If you have it and they want it and they need it, they're going to buy it. It's just that simple. So you could do your niche. Your niche is going to be what? Well, I should say your message is going to be to who? In the church. Do you have a specific target in the church that you want to talk to? The target market, remember, is that's the actual place where you're going to deliver the service. The target buyer is the meeting planner. The target audience, that's where you can niche it down to a target audience. Target audience. So who's your message for? Is it for the youth ministry? Is it for the singles ministry? Is it for the leaders in the church? Is it for, they have a ministry for entrepreneurs inside the church. They got a ministry for everything.
Right.
So who does your message go to is the question.
Right. So you're saying there's the target market, and under that, there's the target meeting planner, and then the target audience. Correct.
The target audience are going to be the people sitting down in your seminar, in your workshop. That's the whole reason why they want to hire you. The meeting planner is not hiring you for a group of one.
Right.
The meeting planner is not hiring you so you can entertain her or him. In most cases, it's a her, but in him as well. So the meeting planner is hiring you because you have value in your messaging. You're going to give their audience all the key takeaway strategies. You're going to help them achieve their desired outcomes and all of their learning objectives. Okay. So you got to understand, who is my message going to? Now, Lisa, so you don't overthink it, remember your signature programs are super, super strong. Mm-hmm. So you have a great leadership topic. So the question is, who do you want to get to inside that church where you feel like you want to get your message to? That's the real key. And then I can help you from there, because believe me, they have some ministry or some program or some track session at a conference that your program could fit into without you having to overthink it on your end.
Right. So, well, age-wise, my target audience would be adults, but more specific to your question, it would be people who really want to work through adversity. And I don't know, again, I don't want to overthink it, but I don't know what group that would be in the church, because it could potentially really be anybody. So
so guess what? Let's say, watch this. It's 450 plus mega churches throughout the United States and abroad. That's just in the United States. All right. We're not even talking about the ones globally. If I were you, I would focus on the bigger pool of money, because I really believe that the wealth of knowledge that you have, especially your writing ability, you clearly don't have any issue at all articulating, thinking, putting it in writing, the message that you have. And it's like, it's just dope. It's just really strong. So a meeting planner putting together a conference, let's say Manpower Conference with TD Jakes, or
Okay.
they even have a faith-based component with Essence Festival. They do this all the time. And at the bigger conferences, they're going to offer, they're looking for speakers to supply diversity. And diversity may be, you know what, we're going to bring in Lisa Allman because she has a great message she has a great background. And the message that we want to share is that you could watch this, you could put together a seminar talk. See, I've done this stuff so many times, it just comes to me. One of the you're going to partner, Lisa, with the conference coordinator. What we're going to help you do is just get on their radar with your sales tools first, get their attention. Then when you get their attention, you're going to have in your needs assessment call, they're going to say, well, Lisa, we were thinking about, you know, hiring you at our conference. And what we were thinking about doing is, you know, I saw one of your signature program. What's the one? Did you have adversity-based leadership, Lisa, as one of your signature programs?
I had resilience-based, hold on, let me look at it. I'm still practicing them. I have empowerment-based leadership, revision-based leadership, resilience-based leadership, and personal-based leadership.
Okay, so with resilience-based leadership, for instance, that's one of my favorite ones that you created because it was really disruptive. And the conference coordinator may look at that and say, well, you know, okay, Lisa, tell me a little bit more about resilience-based leadership. Now, your job is don't make up stuff that you're not familiar with. Read one or two of the bullets from your signature program when you're talking to the conference coordinator, and then you use that as a springboard to let them know what you want to do when you come in there. And once they get it, they're going to say, okay. Well, you know what? Watch this, Lisa. They're either going to have a program or a track session designed that says how to overcome obstacles living a Christian lifestyle. That may be like this is literally like a topic that they may have. And then what they do is they get a speaker to match the topic. So that Lisa, the resilience-based leadership program you told me about, you know what? We have a breakout session that we're doing for 45 minutes. And then we need somebody for the keynote session right after that. Maybe you could stick with that same theme. Is that something you could do for us? Of course, you're going to say yes, because it's right along the lines of what it is that you typically do. See, remember this, Lisa. Don't think yourself out of the speaking engagement.
Right.
You don't even know what the conference coordinator wants. You don't even know what their goals are. Wait till you get on the phone with them. You have 4 signature programs in a 25 plus year career doing what you do. You understand leadership. You understand adversity. You understand overcoming these obstacles. You understand how to provide directional and organizational leadership to people.
Okay. Gotcha.
So unleash it when you get on the needs assessment. When you get on the needs assessment, it's called a discovery call. When you get on a discovery call, just like I was on a discovery call with you, I asked you a couple qualifying questions. I said, Lisa, tell me about your background. Tell me where you want to go. What do you want to get out of speaking? Boom, boom, boom. Once I knew exactly what you wanted out of your speaking, I started telling you what I could do for you.
Right.
Not about me. And that's what you need to do. So a lot of speakers do that. You have have confidence in your signature programs. They were well written. You clearly know what you're talking about. That's where they're going to get the value from. Now, once you get up and out of this coaching program and you actually finish and you're ready to go to market, you're going to learn how to position your offer with the conference coordinator, and then it's going to take practice. So the script, you're going to send me a sample of that script when you go to sales cycle training. And you're going to finish up that, and you're going to be ready to hop on the phone and talk to people about your professional services. Now, you're going to make one of your 4 signature programs, well, actually, you're going to make sure that one of your 4 signature programs is a good fit for their conference theme, goals, and purpose. Okay. You got it?
Yeah. Okay, I got it. Okay, and then my third question then is, I have, I've already, I got my new photos taken, and so I have a draft speaker info kit. It's with my graphics person, so as soon as she sends it back with the photos, I'm going to send it to you. I've been practicing my signature programs. I'm going to get the video demo to you this week.
Okay.
I'm working through module 5. I've printed out what Austin suggested, the speaker growth engine page and the only 3 things that matter page.
Yeah.
And then I sent him a support ticket to ask about some of the sign up things for the website. And so he said to just go ahead and do the Calendly since I already have a website.
Got you.
So my question is, what, besides finishing through module 5, what, it's now we know I'm doing the faith-based marketing based on what you just said, what should be my next step? Should I be researching the mega churches and trying to get coordinator names? I mean, like what step toward in that market now do you think I should be doing?
Okay, so you shouldn't be focusing on anything except for finishing up module number 5. Again, you're doing an amazing job. As much as you travel and as involved as your schedule is, and you still have been cycling. I mean, it just shows you what happens when you have focus and you're cycling through the content. The next step after you finish with module 5, you're probably going to have to submit a couple more support tickets. You know, when you're ready to start doing outreach, you need to let us know. Now, the next step, when you start doing the outreach, when I say outreach, I mean utilizing Austin's LinkedIn strategy to start reaching out to conference coordinators. That's an organic strategy that costs you $0. So if I were you, I would go to Wikipedia. I would research mega churches, Wikipedia. It's going to pull up a list of 450 plus mega churches throughout the United States and abroad. You're going to see Floyd Flake's church on there. You're going to see Potter's house on there. You're going to see my dear friend Joel Osteen's church on there. You're going to see all of the biggest churches. They're going to have the congregation sizes. They're going to have the amount they generate per year. They're going to have all of that stuff on there. All that information that you're going to need is right there. Now, inside of the church, you got so many different organizations that will want your messaging. So you gotta have an idea when you talk to the church. Okay, obviously, who is the person that brings in speakers for your conference or for special programs at the church? Who is the person that handles that? They may have one department for that, or they may say, this is what the church is going to say. Well, ma'am, what department do you want? Who do you want to speak to? See, that's when all the niches come in there. If you're a youth speaker, you may want to speak to the youth ministry, because all of them have a youth ministry. All of them, a lot of mega churches have a school inside the church.
Right.
Listen, the church is a whole nother community, but people don't know how to get to the money in there because they don't know what to ask for. This is why you want to be real specific, so you're not wasting your time at the switchboard and then bouncing you around from person to person to person. You got it?
Okay, so finish module 5, you said first.
Yes.
Then get those other things to you, the final speaker kit and the video demo.
Correct.
And then you said something about Austin and LinkedIn. Is that in module 5? I didn't catch what
that's in module 5, but I forgot. You're still working on the speaker video demo. You are still working on your sales tools, getting the final speaker info kit and finishing up the speaker video demo and things of that nature. So, you know, you got to get your sales tools complete first, because it's not going to make any sense when you get to module 5 if you don't have any of that stuff done. So let's just slow up a little bit and make sure you got your sales tools complete. Give us some feedback as far as that's concerned. You're asking all the right questions, Lisa, and you got all the right kind of activity going. Just keep it up.
Okay, great. All right. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate you.
Okay. Likewise. Have a good time. Be safe.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to pause the raising of the hands. So just give me a quick second. Norma, I'll be right with you. I see your hand up. Just give me a quick second. I got a couple questions in the chat box from Marjorie. Marjorie, how are you? Hope you're well. Hope you had a great 4th of July weekend. Okay, my bio came back as incomplete. Resubmitted it today and set up like the example. Okay, good, cool. That's another. I'm glad that you did that. When people send when they send their bio or the signature program template in here wrong, you submit it to support and it's wrong. What do you think? We're going to give you a cookie when it's not right? Our job is to tell you when it's wrong. 2 or 3 times back and forth is all it takes on an average for you to be able to tweak it and do what we request of you to do. Some of you are just speedballing and just not paying attention to the instructions. I have very specific instructions right inside the bio, right inside the signature program template. For those of you who are new, I see a lot of new students in the chat box today. You have to read the instructions. That's why it's there. The instructions are there when I'm not there. The video modules are there when me and Austin aren't there. Look at it. Oh, don't just look at it once. Look at it over and over again. This is your speaker business. This is your baby. This is your dream. Pay attention to the details and go back in and resubmit it. So Marjorie, we will take a look at your new bio and we'll give you some feedback on that and we'll move it forward. Marjorie, I'm not sure if you submitted your signature programs yet. I don't believe you did. Whenever you get the opportunity, please do submit those to us so we can understand your messaging and we can help you out with that as well. Okay, Mr. Rohn, what's going on with you, brother? I'm in module 5 too. I love the program. Hey, look, I think Ramon gets more excited every single week. Ramon, see, that's what happens when you're getting the work done, bro. I'm so happy to see many of you cycling into module number 5. That's where we teach you how to get all the money. You've got to spend a massive amount of your time, you know, just focusing on the details. It's not hard what Austin's asking you to do, but some of you aren't asking questions. You don't get intimidated by the technology. This is why we're here. This is why Austin and the tech team are here, to answer these questions. Whether or not you show up on a group call or not, you don't never have to show up on a group call. It helps. It helps if you want to get some FaceTime, but submit this support ticket, support@speakerfocus.com. All right, Ramon, glad you're enjoying the program. Oh, Rico said a Speaker Focus hat is fire. I appreciate it, brother. You know, you got a brand, you need to represent it. You have got to be a walking, talking billboard for your brand. If you don't believe in it, who will? I mean, listen, we have the world's #1 platform for speaker marketing right now. But I remember when it wasn't the world's #1 platform for speaker marketing, when Austin first told me, hey, bro, what do you think about doing a platform called speakerfocus.com? He reserved the domain name right there on the spot, and boom, here we are. All it takes is one idea and stand on it. Okay, we have Norma, you are next. Let me see, Norma. Let me lower Lisa's hand. Norma, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, hey Norma, how was your 4th of July weekend?
It was fine. I was real busy working on this. I didn't go anywhere. I stayed in the house and worked on my Speaker Focus business.
That's what I'm talking about, Norma. That's what I'm talking about. You sound amazing today. You sound like you're in a better mood. What's going on?
Well, I've been working, and I'm in a better mood when I work. Like working.
Good. We gotta use those all that talented writing ability that you have. I can't wait till the world gets a chance to see that. What's your question tonight?
Okay, well, I have my business phone number. I had that done. I have my professional email address, which is norma@normachappelle.com.
Okay.
So I bought my name so nobody else could buy my name.
Okay.
You know, so I got that. I got my logo done, and I bought my logo, and I bought it from Fiverr.
Nice.
Let me see. What is the email, your email that I send my information to?
Remember, Norma, support@speakerfocus.com.
Support@speakerfocus.com. Okay.
Correct. That's where all homework assignments get checked. That is where we can keep track of everything you're sending us and we can hold you accountable. So when somebody says, oh, KTR, I turned in my homework assignment, the first thing I'm gonna do is go back and check the support email to see the timeline of what you sent and when you send it. Every once in a while, stuff slips through the cracks, but if you send us something to support and we didn't get it, send us a reminder. We don't mind that.
Okay.
Typically we're on the support tickets because this is how our business thrives. We can't help you unless you send it to support. And I know that, listen, we're always making upgrades and changes for you. Norma, you're from the old one-on-one coaching program. I understand that it's difficult sometimes when we want to make changes, but when we make changes, it is to serve you better. And we can serve you better by you submitting a support ticket then I have 1,000 or 2,000 people trying to call me every single day. That's just not going to happen anymore. And it's not a great use of my time or yours. The video modules do all the knowledge transfer, and support answers all the questions. If it's flowing so much better and we are able to help so many more people, so help us help you. Submit it to support@speakerfocus.com. You got it?
Okay. All right. Because before I was sending my homework to homework. So I'm gonna take everything out of that and send it to what you just said.
Please. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Because I want to see your progress and, start moving towards finalizing your sales tools. Norma, we got to get your sales tools done so we can get you into module number 5. So you can start doing your outreach and you can start booking some speaking engagements. So we're getting there. Slow progress is still progress. Remember that. Okay.
All right. Now I looked at my speaker one sheet. I liked it, but now I don't like it. So can you give me the address or the phone number where I can go through your organization so that I can get this designed so I can have that done?
Norma, remember, we no longer do done for you services. You've got to hire somebody from Fiverr. Whoever did your logo, you have to go back in there and get somebody to do your speaker info kit. We don't do that anymore. Again, that's too time consuming. We don't have. Say it again.
You didn't tell me. I didn't know that. Just last week, you had said that if we needed it, that you had something, through Speaker Focus that we could get it done. That was done just last week. I thought that's what I heard.
No, we don't. We don't have the bandwidth to do it anymore. That's why we give you a template for those that don't have a website. You have a website, so that this doesn't apply for you. Those that don't have a website, we give them a website template because we don't have time to design websites anymore. We teach you how to put together the speaker video demo. There's a checklist for that, and there's a checklist for your speaker info kit as well. Your job is to get the content, organize the content together, give it to the graphic designer. There are examples after examples of the speaker info kit inside of the training modules right there at the back end of module number 1 for my speaker info kit. So you know what it's supposed to look like and what's supposed to go in it. Get the content organized and get it to the graphic designer. People on Fiverr, our students' feedback that do use Fiverr have gotten a really reasonable rate to get a speaker info kit done. And our students are turning in better examples after better example of great templates for speaker info kits. A lot of the design that I'm seeing is even better than mine.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that was all I had. Thank you.
No problem, Norma. Have a great week.
Thank you, and you too.
Keep the spirits up. Okay, keep asking questions. Talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye-bye. Okay, everyone, let me see. Okay, I see no more hands up and no more questions. So I'm going to give it a 1, 2, 3. And if there aren't any more questions, we're going to wrap the session. Anybody else have any more questions or concerns? If you do not, remember your next assignment, your next messaging, your bio formula, anything it is that you have should be sent to support@speakerfocus.com. All of you had that in your welcome email that you receive. I know that you have busy lives, but you got to slow down sometimes and look at the following instructions and make sure that you're listening properly. This is the best way we can help you at support@speakerfocus.com. All right, I'm going once. Anybody else have any more questions? Any questions I can ask you, answer whatsoever for technical questions in module 5, messages, questions about messaging, questions about, okay, got another question. Ray Baxter, you're live with KTR and Austin. What's going on, boss?
What's going on, boss? How are you? Just a quick question. In module 5, excuse me, Austin mentioned something about automation and not having to do, make the contact of individual people. But in module 5, at least maybe I missed it, it doesn't go into detail as to how the automation works. So I wonder if that could be explained, or perhaps maybe I should just submit a ticket and get an explanation that way. Just going for a little guidance here.
Yeah, no, it's all good, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna get Austin in here right now so we can tackle that question.
Hey, so
that's why.
Hey, Ray, how's it going?
How's it going, man?
Hey, going well. So you're talking about the automating the direct outreach where you're actually
Right.
reaching out to people. Yeah. So we don't have that in the training. We don't have a way. We haven't put that in the training yet where we teach you how to automate that process. What we
Okay.
recommend right now is to actually do the outreach yourself or have someone on your team do the outreach. And
Okay,
that's
like
what we
get a
did.
VA or something and do it that way. That might be the
Yeah. Yeah,
easiest
but
way. Okay.
honestly, I would do it yourself in the beginning, at least do 30 a day, because a VA is not going to understand the messaging. They're not going to understand the strategy, who to reach out to. Obviously, you can teach them, but you don't know what to teach them until you've proven it out yourself.
Gotcha.
And you're going to learn a lot in that process. Just a couple years ago, I was doing 100, 200 manual outreach a day myself. And we got to the point now where we have software and automation built out, but it's just not this is a software we built internally. It's just not to the point yet where we can roll it out to more people because
Okay.
we haven't built out the app yet. Now there's
Yeah.
some other tools that kind of that you can piece together, but it's not as good as just getting in there and doing it yourself. You can build a high six-figure speaking business just by doing it manually. Now we do teach the automation of getting rid of the direct outreach process altogether by running Facebook ads. But what you're doing there is you're trading the direct outreach. It doesn't cost anything, but it does cost time.
Mhm.
Now, if you switch over to Facebook ads, like we teach in the program, now it's going to cost actual money, but you get your time back. So that's kind of the trade-off you'll have to make. Now, we still recommend, even when you're running Facebook ads, to constantly be doing this direct outreach because it's free and highly effective. So what I'd recommend next steps for you, just try to get in 30 per day yourself. Maybe make it the first thing you do every morning. Like I teach in the program, because it's such a high leverage activity and will be high return on investment for you.
Okay, I know with Facebook, they're changing the algorithms now with Facebook, so that's becoming even more difficult to do. So I guess
Well,
I'll
so
just,
Ray, real quick. So
Yeah.
it's actually becoming less difficult. What they're doing is every change they make to the algorithm is to make it easier for the advertiser to reach the right customer. And all the changes they make are I've seen to people complain about them, but I've seen if you actually lean into the changes and embrace them, it actually automates more of your decision making as an advertiser, and it actually leads to better results. So the everything we've taught in the program around Facebook ads is the current training that you want to be using, because we lean into the automation, we lean into leveraging their AI rather than trying to do all this weird hacky stuff to try to quote unquote beat the algorithm. So I take the mindset of every time they release a change, it's for the best. You just got to embrace it and learn the new ways. But I can assure you that training that is in the program right now is exactly what you need to know to run highly profitable Facebook ads. But you got to keep in mind, there's a testing phase to figure out what messaging is going to work for your brand and the person you're trying to reach. And testing, it can take a decent amount of money. But once you figure out the messaging, you can use that messaging for years. So that's kind of like what you're trying to get to, is what is the messaging that just resonates. For example, our direct outreach process, we have the same emails that we've been sending out for over the past year, and they still convert at a high level. But it took a while to figure out what is that combination of emails that work best for our brand, our niche. But once we found it, now we don't have to go in there and do a lot of testing. We don't have to spend a lot of time trying to hack the algorithm per se. We've just dialed it in. So that's kind of what you're looking for with Facebook ads, finding that messaging.
So would you recommend, I just had approved by you guys the about message on LinkedIn.
Right.
So would that message, can I use that same message on Facebook? Would you recommend that?
For your Facebook ads?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good starter. Obviously, you gotta put it out into the market. I can't tell you what the market's going to respond. I can say, hey, this looks deep. This looks good as a starter. But the only thing, always remember that your subjective opinion doesn't really mean shit. What matters is how is the market responding, and what does it mean by responding? Well, you look at the data. Is it you've spent this? Let's say you spent $1,000 this week. How much money came back? How many new leads came back? What were your metrics? Exactly what I show in the program. You got to be tracking the data, and don't go off your emotions. Go off of what the data is telling you, because that's going to be a better, way to make decisions for growing your speaker business.
Got it. Okay. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
No problem. Ray, let me add something on just on the back end of that. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Bro, as you can see, this is the reason why you want Auston to answer these questions for you and keep providing that kind of leadership that he does in module number 5. I can tell you this, just one last thing. What I learned from working the sales funnel, and I'm have to become more of a technical person as our business grows, but I wasn't prior to working with Auston. I understood, okay, you're going to be more efficient. You're going to be more this, that, but there's a whole lot of stuff I didn't understand. I mean, a whole lot. And so therefore I have to put myself in the shoes of our students, because I used to be exactly right there. I used to feel uncomfortable. I didn't understand it. I didn't know the reason why. See, this is what Auston makes easy. That was different from a lot of other technical people that I've been around. I've been around a whole lot of them, from web designers to whatever. And they would always give me the what, but they wouldn't really give me the how.
Yeah.
So it's the question why. Why do I need to do short form posts and long form posts? Am I just taking selfies, or does this content really have a purpose? There's a reason why. Everything we're telling you to do, there's a reason why we want you to do it. And here's the main reason why. You could try to go full bore right now. Let's just say you hit the lottery and you were sitting on, let's just say you hit the lottery for 100K, right? Everybody's sitting there thinking, oh man, if I had 100,000, I could just run Facebook ads and it would be over. No, we got to slow down first. First of all, you doing the free organic outreach through LinkedIn, that's gonna allow you to test the market. It's gonna allow you to play around with the copy. You're gonna know whether or not it's working or not. Here's how you know it's working. Are they converting into revenue? Are they getting on a strategy call with you to hear you out, to listen to your valuable content that you created about service? Are they hearing you out? And then are you testing that when Auston says data, guess what I feed him every single day? Data. That's why we record our Zoom sessions. That's data. He talks about finding the sweet spot. You have to find your sweet spot when it comes to the money you're offering. Okay, is your offering too much for the market to bear? Are you getting a lot of friction? Is it a lot of people? Are people giving you a lot of pushback? You got to know that about your pricing. You have to know that about your messaging. Mm-hmm. Is your messaging working for the target audience you're trying to reach? You're going to know, because when it's not scheduling any calls, when it's not converting into revenue, you're going to say, man, it's just not working. I'm not getting paid. Well, then we got to go back to the messaging. That's when you go back and check the data, because if it's something wrong with the data, it's something wrong with your messaging. I can guarantee you. And that's the reason why he said, well, you asked, can I use that copy? Now, I read through your copy, and obviously, Ray, you're a very talented writer. Everything you write is always on a professional level. But when it comes to writing copy and that algorithm for Facebook and things of that nature, Auston's right. You have to put that copy out there first. That's the reason why he suggests do the organic outreach and then collect the data. Get your money back off the coaching program first. Start booking a couple of speaking engagements. Once you start getting that ramped up and dialed in, you heard Auston also say dialed in. When he says dialed in, that means that you got to be on the right frequency. It's all got to be in alignment. When your ad is converting, everything is dialed in, bro. But I'm telling you, when I tell you we've tested years of data to where we got the whole thing automated, but it didn't start out like that. And yours isn't going to start out like that either. So what I'm respectfully requesting, just have a little bit of patience.
Yeah.
Put it out there. keep hopping on the calls with us, keep submitting support tickets, and let us help you analyze the data, because we can help you create better copy. That's what we're here for.
All right, one quick question then.
Yes,
How
sir.
long do you believe that I should leave the periods in which they're analyzing the data? Is that a weekly process? Is that a monthly process?
That's a daily process.
Bi-week-
That's a daily process. I am constantly analyze everything. Austin looks at every single thing I do, every single data metric, all the key performance indicators, every single thing I do. Listen, I understand we're partners, but it's his job to analyze the data, and I collect data every day. I talk to people globally every single day about the pain points that they have of being a professional, of getting in the speaking industry.
No, I understand that, but I'm not asking that. What I'm asking is, in order to make the change. So, for example, because you're not going to make a change every day, or at least I don't think you would. But then again, maybe I'm wrong.
Right.
Well,
Hey, Ray, I know exactly what you're asking. Now, it's going to be specific to kind of what we're talking about. But if we look at the direct outreach process that I teach, the amount of time where you can say, hey, is this messaging working, is dependent on how many people you're reaching out to.
Okay.
And what I would recommend is, okay, let's say you're shooting for 50 new outreaches per day. This is new people that you're reaching out to. So 50 per day. That should take you hour and a half to send out these messages to these people every day. What I'd recommend, do that for a week, 1 week consistently. So that's going to be, the 50 times 7. That's going to be how many people you've reached out to. That's plenty of people and plenty of time to be able to look at, okay, how many people actually replied? How many people actually got on the call with me? And if after a week you haven't had a single call with a conference coordinator of doing that messaging consistently, then you need to say, okay, well, did I get anyone that replied in a positive way? Or were the people that replied saying, screw you, or, hey, this, I'm not interested. Okay, well, what you can do is, okay, next week we're gonna try a different angle on the copy. We're gonna try to simplify this. We're gonna try to go more in depth here on the results. And what you want to take that iterative process and understand, okay, let's say you got people on the phone. Let's say you got 5 conference coordinators that first week from your messaging, but you didn't close a single one of them. Okay, well, now we're looking at these people that came on the call. Were they a good fit for what you do? If not, that's probably the messaging. It's probably the people you're reaching out to. But a week should be plenty, as long as you're getting 30 to 50 per day that you're sending out to.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
Does that help to answer it better?
No, that helps. That's perfect. That's
okay.
Perfect. Yep. Thanks, guys.
Okay, Ray.
Yep.
All right, I don't see any more hands raised, and I don't see any more questions in the chat box. So on behalf of the tech team here at speakerfocus.com, CTO Auston Troyer and CEO Kevin T. Robertson want to thank you for submitting your questions and participating in the Monday group call. Remember, if you have any further questions, submit all support tickets to support@speakerfocus.com, and we will give you a detailed reply. Stay focused on your goals and dreams, and have a wonderful evening, everyone.